Hi guys, today we're going to be making egg rolls and we're going to be using the recipe off of the 2-Bite Club, and just to be aware that we might be adding more stuff because we're going to be making a double batch. So let's get started.
Alright, so here we are at the stove. We have our stove turned to medium low, and we're going to add our pork to a skillet. The skillet has a tablespoon of oil. This looks like a lot because we're really making a double batch, but the recipe only calls for 1 pound of pork. Go ahead and mix in the garlic with the pork and just kind of spread it all around. And this has been minced up to nice small pieces.
And stir it around.
And then just kind of break that up. And we're going to let this brown until it's no longer pink, guys.
Now in a small bowl, we're going to mix 2 tablespoons soy sauce.
Which means that we're actually going to pour in 4, but the recipe calls for 2.
Yeah. Okay. And 1 more? Yeah, 2. But I'll have to do 4 of these?
Yes, because we're doing a double batch.
And now we're going to be doing 1 tablespoon sesame oil? Sesame seed oil. Yeah, this is right, okay. And we're going to be doing 2 of these because it calls for 1. And we're doing a double batch, so. Okay, good. We're good. We're done with you. And now our last one is ground ginger, and we're going to be doing 1 teaspoon ground ginger. But now we're going to be doing 2 because we're making a double batch. So now let's see here. Ooh, that's a lot. Pretty good, right? Oh, it's chunky. That's a chunky monkey. Two. Together. Now we're gonna mix it, right? Yep. Mix it.
And then we're going to add this to the pork mixture once the pork is no longer pink.
Smells so good. So now that our ground pork is no longer pink, we're going to add this into the pork mixture. Now we're gonna mix it in. And then we're going to set it off to the side and let it cool.
And we're going to set it aside. It doesn't have to be totally cool, guys. Just has to cool off a little bit. So we're just going to finish mixing that in.
So now in a large bowl, mix in 2 cups of shredded cabbage, and then 1 small carrot shredded, and pork mixture. now in a small bowl, we're going to be putting 1 tablespoon of flour, 2 tablespoons of water.
Now, a minute ago, you just told them 1 tablespoon of flour.
Oh, oopsie, I mean 2 tablespoons of flour. Oh, I don't know why I was going to double it back in.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we won't double this. Even though we've doubled everything else in the recipe, we don't have to double this part. And it's because you just really won't use all of it when you rub just a tiny bit on the egg rolls to help it stick.
Right? One. Now we are going to lay out these egg roll wrappers. Be careful while cutting them because they're fragile. So now we're going to place a spoonful of filling right in the center of this.
And you want it to be a decent sized amount, but if it's too much, then you're going to break your egg roll wrapper. So you don't want to do that. Also, when you're scooping up, you're going to have a little bit of like the seasoning broth at the bottom. So when you get to that point, make sure you kind of just like drain it off as you scoop it out by pressing against the side of the bowl. Because if it's too soupy and wet, it's going to soak all the way through the wrapper. So yeah, just want to go ahead and tell them how you roll that up.
So we're going to take this bottom corner and we're going to fold it right up here, but then we're going to snug it right back. Not too tight though, so we don't want it to rip, but tight enough to it will hold all the filling in. And then we're gonna put this over here nice and tightly. These side corners.
Yep, so she's tucking the side corners in, and you might have to, as you go, continue to tuck them in a little bit, just keeping everything nice and snug and tight.
And now we're going to brush the corner with our mixture, water and flour mixture, and do some of that.
And that just helps that little flap to stick to the rest of the egg roll wrapper. And you're just going to keep doing that until you've used up all of your wrappers or your filling. So, all right guys, so here we are. We're getting ready to fry our egg rolls. We've gotten them all rolled up and placed here in our pan. And I'm just going to put them in some hot oil. And I always do it with the flat side down so that it doesn't swell up and come apart while it's cooking. Just going to lay those in there and let them crisp up. And you can see here, this is just canola oil. You can use vegetable oil, you can use peanut oil, whatever you prefer. And we're just laying these in here so that they can crisp up nice and crispy. And you can see they're already browning. And this is where it's good to not have it too juicy or have like too many holes in the egg roll wrappers, because once that juice hits the hot oil, it's when it starts popping and you're going to get burnt. So you really don't want to have too much juice in there. We did have some leftover filling. We always have some leftover filling. We just set that aside. You can eat it with rice, eat it plain. And then I'm going to be turning these over, and we're just going to pile them up here so that they can cool. You can see that they're already crisping up so pretty. Look at that.
Kind of looks like warts though.
It does. They pop up like blisters and stuff, which is what it will do to your skin if that oil gets on you. So, let's see. We're just flipping those over. Crisping up so pretty. That nice crispy skin is, in my opinion, the best part of the egg roll. Shifi, what's your best favorite part of the egg roll?
It's in the inside of the wrap,
The
but
filling?
it's not the filling.
Oh, so
that
it's the soft, tender part of the egg roll wrapper that doesn't get crunchy. So we're just gonna finish frying these up.
So now that we're done frying them, I'm going to taste test them.
Ooh, you guys hear that crunch?
Hold on.
If you need an interpreter, she said that they're so good.
I hope we have fun making this. I'm fine.
You're gonna have to say it again without eating, Shifi.
I hope you have fun making this, and bye.